Hey everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and this is our last round of Merfolk and Legacy. We are on the draw. I think we can keep this hand. It's not the best, but I think it's perfectly fine. We have Vial and we have some interactive things. Okay, Misty Rainforest, so what are we up against here? This could be like Delver. I don't know, like Misty Rainforest isn't enough to tell you. Ponder and Volcanic is probably Rug Delver. If that's the case, this Aether Vial and these like Tricksters are very good against it. We'll just have to see. This still could be other decks, but like Delver seems likely at this point. Well, if it is Delver, then that card's also pretty good. We just want this Aether Vial to resolve. Daze. Alright. No, I don't have anything for that. Means they have one less days for this Chalice next turn, so... If we can pick up, like, Force of Will, that would be good, because then we can protect this Chalice. But it looks like Delver comes online here. No, another Ponder. That's good, because now it means if this is a Delver deck and we can land this on one, we might actually be in good shape here. Alright, let's see. Do you have another Daze? They have another Daze, it's like not great, but it is tempoing them a little bit. Okay, so they pitched Force of Will and Counterspell. Maybe this is Miracles, actually. That's possible. Okay. Well, given that that's the case... What are the odds? They pitched all of the counter magic, so... Alright, we'll cast Silvergill Adept. They have nothing. Okay, that's great. Oh, they just conceded! Oh, they're just like, there's no fucking way I'm beating Merfolk. They're just like, no, this is just absolutely fucking unwinnable, and they're just done. Oh my god. I don't think they should have given up. I think there is a really good chance they could have stabilized that, but, my god. Okay, so, what the fuck is this, then? Is it Delver or is it Miracles? Because I think, if it's Delver, then we probably want, like, Brazen Borrower. If it's Miracles, the Force of Negations are a little bit better. So I'm willing to say that the Phantasmal Images might not be the best. Going wide on True-Name Nemesis versus a sweeper deck is really dangerous. We still have Glasspool. So if that's the case, the question is, do we want to bring in Borrower? Or do we want to... Like, Back to Basics is not great if it's Miracles. It's actually not bad if it's Delver. I feel like it's more likely to be Miracles, though. Let's bring in Dismember. This hedges against both of them, I think. Because Miracles will play Monastery Mentor, and this can also kill Delver of Secrets. Alright, we'll try it like this. That was fantastic. Alright. I think I'm going to keep this. We can go for the Chalice again. We have a Dismember if this is up against like Delver. It is not. Okay. Well, that's very good news for us usually. So does this mean they're gonna like... No, they do nothing here? So what the fuck is going on? Alright. Let's see if this is gonna resolve. Okay, they might try to, like, counterspell this thing. I really would like this Chalice to resolve. Alright. Sure. Alright. Counterspell makes me feel like this is more miracles, though. So I don't think Delver normally plays this card. So I guess another Chalice would be fine, or another land so I can get True-Name out would be great. That was probably the least great thing I could draw. I don't really want all 3 Dismembers if it's Miracles. I really want, like, one of these. Lightning Bolt, okay. It's hard to say. Maybe it is Delver. What do we got? Okay, land is good. Deal with this. That does not work. I would love to not pay for this. Cavern of Souls says it is uncounterable. They do not know what this card does. Alright. Oh my god. Why would you give up like there? You had such a good chance of like still winning that game, I think. I don't know, like... You could race me, like, if it's Delver, like, you just play a creature, you could actually race True-Name, and the bolts give you pretty good range. Like, if you're Miracles, you just set up, like, Terminus or something. I don't know what deck they were, like, I'm not sure exactly what was going on there, but, like, they gave up way too prematurely in both of those, so. However, the important thing is it was not a Plague Engineer deck from the looks of it, so. So, yeah, we only went up against a black deck once. So yeah, and we didn't see Engineer, but I'm reasonably sure that they had it. They just didn't play it. Yeah, our other loss was against Elves, which was like Elves is basically just a buy. Like we're a buy for them. So you know it. If you find out that your opponent plays turn 1 Allosaurus Shepherd, you just like pack up your cards and go get a sandwich or something. There's like almost no point to even attempting to play that. I don't know how exactly we would even combat that if we wanted to. Like, there's basically no tools that we can play in our deck that are going to be fast enough to be relevant against that deck. So, if you see that deck, just know that you're basically throwing that match. Other than that, I think the Ninjas one, you can win that if you have like a good enough hand and you play like well enough. I don't think our hands were quite good enough to get there. It was close in the second game, but I wouldn't say that match is unwinnable, but I think that they probably have at least slightly favorable percent against us. So, but yeah, I don't know. This seemed like this was okay. So maybe this is just like how we have to do Legacy. We just have to pretend that Plague Engineer is just not going to be a thing, and we just play under that assumption. I don't know if the Force of Negation in the main deck is really what we want here. Maybe we should put these in the sideboard and they should be like more Brazen Borrowers or something like that. It could be other cards like because yeah, Borrower hedges more against the Karn decks and stuff like that. It's also good interaction against stuff like Delver or maybe even Death and Taxes. The Force, however, is more main deck hedging against decks like Reanimator. Maybe we don't need it though. If we're gonna play all 4 Cursecatchers and the Force of Wills and the Chalices, like. That might be enough for game 1 for those things. And we do have cards in the sideboard for that, so... Maybe we need it against Storm. I haven't really played a lot against Storm lately, so... I haven't played a lot of Legacy lately, so, like... In this environment, do we need extra forces if they're gonna have, like, Veil of Summer? I don't know, maybe. I'd have to actually check, like... There's a distinct possibility, like, you know, maybe they go back to, like... more discard spells instead of Veil, but I have a feeling it's still probably Veil heavy, so this could be correct to just play extra forces here. I just don't like that this card can't protect like our Vial and our Chalice when we're trying to play them in turns 1 and 2. So yeah, it's good against like stopping like Planeswalkers and like random dangerous permanents from coming into play, but it's really poor at protecting our stuff, so you know, maybe we have to adjust this number. And there have also been some people who have split some number of Cursecatchers with Benthic Biomancers, which I think that's totally reasonable. I don't know. Overall, I think this deck is fine. I guess, yeah, like, it's fine as long as you're, like I said, you're playing with the assumption that you're just gonna, like, be a massive, massive dog if an engineer ever resolves. Like, it's not unwinnable, because you could have scenarios where, like, Lord's in play, keeping this alive, and then you, like, dismember it, or, like, you force a will it, and then it goes away, and you win that exchange, but the odds are not in your favor for, like, those scenarios to come up. Like, more often than not, you're gonna have, like, Silvergill in play, and, like, True-Name in play, and they're gonna go, like, Fatal Push your Lord of Atlantis, Plague Engineer, and now you have no board anymore, and probably not for the rest of the game, so... but, I don't know, maybe it's just... That could just be the cost of doing business, and you just, like... Those are just other decks that you just have to concede to, kind of like Elves, so... I'll have to see. I don't know, I had fun playing this. It was nice to play with this card again. I missed my boy. Man, yeah, I noticed the lack of Oko and Astrolabe and Arcanist. Like, yeah, fuck those cards. I am so glad they're out of this format. It definitely goes a long way towards, like, restoring the balance. I don't know if I think that we're 100% back to balance yet. I think there might still be a couple cards that, like, are kind of pushing the envelope, but I think we're, like, this is still a much, 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 much better state of affairs than we were at, like, a year ago, so... yeah, that's all I got for this week. Hopefully you enjoyed, you know, seeing some Legacy. And like I said earlier this week, if you like Legacy, you have to tell me in the comments. Tell me I love Legacy, and make sure that you give all these videos thumbs up, because I look at that stuff. The more, like, times that, like, people view and thumbs up and comment in the videos, like, that's kind of how I gauge what people like seeing the most. So the more you tell me, the more that your opinion's going to be taken into consideration for this stuff. Anyway, I will see everybody next week. Take it easy.